Microbes as biocontrol agents. So, microbes or biological organisms are also used as biocontrol agents. So, generally for the improvement of food quality or for high yielding, here we are using so many chemicals. Chemicals, the chemicals are synthesized, synthetic. Here these are generally chemical fertilizers, chemical pesticides, chemical weedicides. If we use all these chemical weedicides, pesticides and insecticides, so that is leading to the pollution. Here the chemicals are reaching the soil and groundwater and also air. So the chemicals, insecticides, pesticides and all these weedicides, they are polluting the soil, water, air and also here on the surface of, they are also accumulating on the surface of fruits, vegetables and on the plant materials. So that is, they are toxic. So if they are accumulated in the plant body, so they are reaching into the here animals, into human beings also. So if you are eating the here plant materials, if the plant materials are containing the toxic components, so they are also reaching our human body. So here these toxic materials are here responsible for different diseases or sometimes cancers also. That's why here instead of chemicals or chemical pesticides or weedicides, we are using biological organisms. If we are using biological organisms to control the pathogenic organisms, it is called as organic farming. So many microbes are there. Here microbes are, we are using so many microbes to kill the pathogenic organisms. Here the pathogenic organisms are sometimes other organisms like mosquitoes, aphids, there are some small insects also, they are absorbing the plant materials or sap of leaf. So some plant materials are also eaten by insects. So that is a great loss to the farmer. So here insects are, if the plant or crop is affected by insects or pests, so the yielding is decreasing. That's why we are using so many microbe or some insects are also. Here if we instead of weedicides or chemical pesticides, here we are using so many biological organisms. Here these biological organisms naturally they are feeding on the other biological organisms. So it is one insect, ladybird is one insect. So this insect is feeding naturally on the aphids. So that's why here we are introducing on the crop here ladybirds. The ladybirds are, if they are introduced onto the crop, so they are naturally they are eating the aphids. So they are controlling the harmful insects. So these ladybirds are eating the aphids. So the aphids number is controlled by the ladybirds. And next dragonflies. So these are also small insects. So these insects are naturally feeding on mosquitoes. So the mosquitoes are eaten by these dragonflies. That's why mosquitoes number is also we can reduce or we can control the mosquitoes number by using or by introducing these dragonflies. And next one here, Bacillus thuringiensis. The Bacillus thuringiensis is a bacterium. So this is a bacterium, unicellular, and this commonly it is called as BT. Bacillus thuringiensis bacterium. So here it is killing the insects. Pathogenic insects are butterfly caterpillars mainly. Here the Bacillus thuringiensis spores are bacterial spores. Bacterial spores are also in the market, they are available. So these bacterial spores are mixed with water, and this this solution is sprayed on the crop. When the solution is a bacterial solution, BT plus water, the solution is sprayed on the crop. When it is spread on the crop, so the total plant surface is having bacterial spores or bacteria. So when these are eaten by, here the plant materials are generally eaten by here insects. So these insects are here generally they are killed by this BT. So the BT is or bacterium is releasing one toxin. Toxins. So these toxins when they are reaching the gut of insects, So the BT spores are available in the market. They are mixed with water and sprayed on the crop. So when the plant materials, leaf, fruit, or any plant material, if it is eaten by any insect, arthropod insect, that arthropod, when the spore reaches the arthropod insect here digestive system, so that is releasing one toxin. Here the toxin is the toxin is killing the insects. So naturally we need not to use any chemical insecticides or pesticides. So generally here BT is releasing one toxin. That toxin is killing the harmful insects or arthropod insects only, which are harmful, which are depending on the crop. Mainly brassica plants and some fruit giving plants are eaten by insects. So these insects are get killed. Next here the Bacillus thuringiensis bacterium also nowadays it is used in the genetic engineering. Here the BT, from the BT bacterium, the toxin producing gene is isolated and it is here incorporated into the here target cell. So the target cell may be here any plant. So here the BT producing or BT toxin producing gene is isolated and it is inserted into the plant cell. So the plant cell is also naturally producing the toxin. So when these plant materials are here eaten by here any insect, so in the insect body the toxin is released and the insect get killed. So that's why here the BT Bacillus thuringiensis bacteria are used nowadays in engineering, genetic engineering. And here next one is here trichoderma. Trichoderma is one fungus. Trichoderma is a fungus. It is growing in the root ecosystem. Here in the root ecosystem, so it is a root system, the soil. So the trichoderma is also growing in the soil near the root system, root ecosystem. So here it is preventing the root-borne pathogens. So it prevents the trichoderma, prevents the root-borne diseases, or it prevents the growth of other pathogenic organisms. So that's why that is useful. Trichoderma is useful for the plant or root system. So we need not to use any chemicals. So number of higher plants, the plants root system is affected by some pathogenic bacteria or pathogenic organisms. So here the trichoderma is preventing the growth of other pathogenic organisms. So that's why trichoderma is also here it is controlling the other pathogenic organisms. So that is beneficial to the plant. And next baculoviruses. Here baculoviruses are, these are viruses. Generally viruses are nucleoproteins. Here baculoviruses, these belong to the nucleopolyhedrosis virus. So number of baculoviruses belong to the genus nucleopolyhedroviruses. So these are species specific. Species specific means one specific organism only they can attack. Here baculoviruses kill the some pathogenic organisms. So these attack on insects and other arthropods. The viruses are killing the insects and other arthropods. Only targeted insects and arthropods only killed by these baculoviruses. Species specific. They can kill only one specific species only. So species specific. One specific baculovirus is killing the specific insect only. So species specific and narrow spectrum. Narrow spectrum insecticidal. Narrow spectrum insecticidal means here they are killing only a few number of insects only. Here not all the insects, only some specific or selected insects only killed by these viruses. Nucleopolyhedroviruses are killing the insects and other arthropods. They are species specific and narrow spectrum insecticidal organisms. So, all these are here some insects, bacteria, fungal members, viruses, all these are used for the here controlling of pathogenic organisms or to control the diseases or pathogenic organisms. So, here instead of here chemical pesticides, weedicides, we are using biological organisms to control the here pathogenic bacteria or pathogenic organisms and diseases also. So, it is microbes as biocontrol agents.